your market plan. We're on step 3, the social media magnet. Hey, I'm Teresa Croft with ministrymarketingstrategies.com. I have such a passion, such a purpose to want to help you use the power of the internet, harness that power to expose your Christian music band, your ministry, but also to be able to use it to help you minister to others. I believe we're in the final days and God is getting His army ready, and you are one of them. So no matter your ability or your technology ability, I believe you can use these 6 steps to do just that, to build your exposure, to help you minister to others. Now, in review, we talked about knowing your why you even want to market online. We talked an important step about knowing who your target audience is. And today we want to touch on how do you connect? Step 3, how do you connect with that target market and understanding the power of the social media magnet. Now, what is social media? Well, it's basically a collection of internet sites. I'm sure you've heard of Facebook and Twitter. It gives you a chance to communicate, to connect, and construct. Social media is really for building your brand, building relationships with people, allowing other people to discover you and your ministry, your products, your music, your services, to syndicate content across all amazing numbers of ways of doing that with social media. But the bottom line is really to strengthen and grow the potential you have to communicate, connect, and construct, providing value to others. It's not for spamming, not for trying to go up to someone and, hey, you need me at your church, but for a way for you to connect. Endless social internet sites, from Bebo to, of course, the ones you've heard of, MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter. The amazing thing is you can use all these social places as a way to syndicate your content too. What I mean is you write it once and have these plugins that they'll automatically show up in other places. Less work for you, but more exposure because your content is getting out to all these different sites. Now, let's touch on 4 social media magnet platforms. So, number 1, probably the one you're most familiar with, is social networks like Facebook, MySpace. I know when I first got started, I used to share videos of my kids, and that was one of my passions, to be able to use video to minister to people, and so I got my really start with social media was with just basic MySpace and Facebook. Of course, we got others too. You've got the video and audio platform, a powerful platform. Of course, you've heard of YouTube, Tangle, which used to be GodTube, and then audio. You can actually have your own podcast on iTunes with Podcast Alley, Podcast Exchange. Number 3, one of my favorite, also blogging or content management systems. The easiest one is Blogger, blogger.com. The most sophisticated, where you can make it look real good, WordPress.org. Amazing, though, ways of being able to get your word out through blogging. Even that WordPress.org, you can make it into a website. And of course, you've heard of Twitter, which is microblogging. 140 characters, you learn to say something. With that few characters, you learn to communicate. And then, of course, social bookmarking, where people like something, they'll dig it, they'll stumble upon it. The more people who like your stuff and you add value, the more they're likely to do that. Another media platform. Now, why would you want to consider a social media magnet? Well, in the recent report, it's unbelievable. Michael Stelzner did this just last March of 2009. 64% of marketers are spending 5 or more hours using social media magnet sites, such as Twitter. What it is about social media is it's an engagement with online communication. It's that being able to communicate, to generate exposure, to generate your brand. Once again, not to spam people. The way you could look at it is look at it like you're inviting them over after church or your church fellowship in hall and you're all talking. Think of social media as that. When you invite them over for dinner, that's another way of you're just fellowshipping. You're getting to know each other. Why do you want to do it? Of course, to generate exposure for your ministry, even increase some traffic to your websites or opt-in pages. As you do that, you generate relationships, you increase context, you have a chance to have an opt-in list where people say, hey, I like what this person's saying on Twitter. I want to know more about them. And of course, establish your new arenas, new places to minister, new partners in ministry. Once again, you connect today. Don't think of it as constantly giving them your domain names, your URLs, but go out there and connect and meet some people. Share your heart. Give some valuable content away. Okay, coming up, we're going to talk about step 4 of this 6 steps to your market plan. What can you share that brings value to your target market? If you have been enjoying these 6 steps to your market plan, check us out at Freedom to Serve Guide. You can get all 6 steps there. freedomtoserveguide.com. Coming up, step 4. Don't want to miss it, because this is your ticket to God using you, regardless of your ability and your technology ability. God using you to shine a light in these end times. Hey, I'm Teresa. I'll be in touch. I hope you'll do the same.